Generals, many of you remember a recent queen. One of the most difficult tasks for this queen was not smiling when times were bad, being gracious, or any of the other things that are part of being a queen, but letting other people do the work. This good lady has been very active in her local area, a long time with incredible service, but that is not why I'm here. I'm here to speak of her skill in costuming. She has not only clothed herself in the most beautiful fashion, but helped many of those of her area also shine. As her smile lights her face, as her teaching lights her area, her skill and garb show what a light she is to all. And I would therefore ask Your Majesties that you induct her into the Order of the Laurel. That's Rebekah McPhelan.
Masters and mistresses of the Laurel, present yourselves before their majesties. Countess Rebekah, present yourself before their majesties.
And I'm very, very happy to be able to speak for Countess Rebekah. The virtues of peerage are many. Honor, courtesy, nobility, generosity, and all these Countess Rebekah has in full measure. But she also has something more. She has a kind heart. Of all the women I know, I think this lady is the least likely to ever act with malice or cruelty of spirit. And as for mother, even though she wouldn't eat her green beans or go to bed on time,
my daughter, like mother,
I think she will make you a fine peer. This, of all the women I know, she is one of the few I think is a truly good person.
And I, Countess Catherine, proud grandmother of this lovely candidate, am so delighted to speak on her behalf. As her Grace Irlanda so eloquently pointed out, she's a lovely lady. She's going to be a gifted asset to Laurel. Her chivalry and courtesy know no bounds. We're honored to have her part of peerage of the kingdom, and I'll be especially honored to sit next to her in the Laurel.
Is there a member of the chivalry to attest for Rebekah's chivalry?
I have this pleasure. I had the pleasure of making her queen of the mid-rung and putting a hat on her head. I have now this pleasure of testifying for her chivalry. For without her, my aspirations and goals would have not meant anything. Without her, our group would be small and many without very nice garb.
Can the Master and Mistress Rebekah Countess Rebekah's service for the kingdom and our society?
Your Majesties, I, Duke Eliyahu Ben Itzhak, Master of the Pelican, am pleased to speak on behalf of Her Excellency. I can but echo the words of those who have already spoken. For service she has truly given locally and to the kingdom, and service always given freely sharing her knowledge and her wise counsel. And she offers this service to any and to all because she truly is one of the kindest, most generous people I have ever had the pleasure to know, and I am very pleased to speak for her.
Rebekah, right mindful of your service to society and responsible to the wishes of your peers, we are resolved to be mistress of the Laurel. As the Laurel ring has ever stood for excellence, so do we give it to you as a symbol of mastery of your art. Therefore, Rebekah, will you give us your word to continue to fulfill the requirements set forth for the governance of this order, as you have surely done until now? Will you increase your labors nobly, increase your talents to fix one of your reign, and seek to disseminate your talents and abilities throughout the society? Do you promise to train the independence you may have in my heart's sense? As a symbol of nobility and token of our esteem, we are proud that all may recognize your skills and your service as we acknowledge this day as Mistress of the Laurel.
Let's just got you a little bit more forgiving with their children.
Although I would ask that I could keep that, so when I take my first comments that I could pass that on.
Members of Laurel, send three minutes.
Majesty, I also have a given today to say. There is no one who has served his kingdom long and well in a variety of offices, including that of my Tiernan, beyond the curious past. His name is Patrick McPhelan. He is strong. The great ocean him, a little ways away from me, it's not that close. And I would ask that you elevate him into the order of the world in his serious way of the art of book construction and history.
Noble lords, ladies, and gentlemen, your skill in woodworking and sort of cookery is really an elevation to the order of the Lord.
Would Lord Patrick McPhelan present herself before their majesties?
know that I have known Patrick and consider him a friend for well over 6 years. My husband, Duke Tadashi, had really wanted to be here tonight to participate, and he hoped against all hope that if he had, he would be able to speak on behalf of Patrick. Unfortunately, he spent the last couple days traipsing across the region with me following me and my horse, and is right now in a comatose stupor at home. But his last thought, his last conscious articulated thought, as he was tapping away to this comatose slumber, was the scenario of what he would have said if he could have dragged his mortal body here. His fantasy was that he would stand up before the populace and say, "Through the many years that I've known Patrick McPhelan, it has come to my knowledge that many people consider him odd." At which point he decided he would then sit down, having finished.
And nobody thinks that a disgrace.
Master of the Laurel and the Pelican, and your current kingdom pairship can very definitely attest to his service for more years than I care to think about.
My further service to society, responsible for wishes of the we resolve to create you Master of the Laurel. As the laurel wreath is ever stood for excellence, so do we give it to you in the symbol of Master of your art. Therefore, will you, Patrick, give us your word to continue to fulfill the requirements set forth for the governance of this order, as you surely must have done until now.
I will.
Will you increase your labors nobly, increase your talents to the first one of your rank, and seek to disseminate your talents and abilities throughout the society?
I will.
Do you promise to train any dependents you may have to do likewise?
I shall promise.
And taking this our hats, the symbol of nobility and token of our esteem, wear proudly that all may recognize your skills and your service as we have acknowledged them this day. Rise, Patrick, Master of the Laurel.
For Master Patrick McPhelan! Hurrah!
Back into the position. Thank you for your patience and lack of complaining. Good, keep it that way. There was one other.
Your Majesty, I, Sir Thomas McPhelan, during your little march with Master of the War, would ask that you consider to bring up two more into this movement. Two who have worked with me and been my friends for many years. That being Jarl Serkin McPhelan. And St. Thomas team for their skill and wise.
Your judgment that Lieutenant Thomas is worthy to be remembered among the Order of Laurel.
Their Majesty summoned into court His Grace Finn Ridley Harry-Elson and Thomas Blackmore.
Sept, that's you.
Yeah, I know. He's first.
Looks like you were making a break for the door, guys. After you, Your Excellency. No, after you, Your Excellency. Come on!
Lieutenant Thomas, it is the opinion of these your peers that you have shown that the greater qualities of courtesy, noblesse, and service to the arts and sciences to be totally worthy of our noble order of the Laurel. Therefore, return to the stand individually. Take well in your deeds and heart and present yourselves before our authority. At coronation. Where you will be offered the elevation to the Order of the Laurel.
At some future date, some date to be determined at a future movement.
For Finn and Sept, hurrah!
Anybody told Aylward yet?
Has anyone called Master?
That's your job.
Sure.